Last week I was watching a TV show about Buddha, or about Buddhism and the life of Buddha on PBS. And the show ended with the death of Buddha. And when he was dying, his followers were mourning him. And he was telling them that this is all right for them to do. And this might seem counterintuitive if you have some basic understanding of Buddhism. You might think, according to Buddhism, his followers should have let go of their attachment to him. And if they let go of their attachment to him, they would not be bothered by his death. And so they should not be feeling these grief and distress at the death of their teacher. But Buddha was saying it's all right for them to feel this. And this gave me a new insight into what Buddhism means when it talks about the middle way. Here, in dealing with the emotions, here the painful emotions, he was recommending a middle way between two extremes. And at one extreme is to suppress or resist our emotions, to tell ourselves that we should not be feeling so distressed. And at the other extreme is to let our emotions control us, to get carried away with our emotions, so that we basically become our emotions rather than just sitting back and observing our emotions. And the middle way here is to just observe the emotions, let them pass over you, accept that these emotions are normal, and just let them pass, and they'll eventually go away, and you can get on with your life. And this brings me back to the time when my father died, and this is exactly what I did. My inspiration was not so much Buddhism at the time, but a scene I saw in Children of Dune, the sci-fi miniseries based on the science fiction novel. And in this scene, the hero is out in the desert. Dune is mainly a desert planet. He's out in the desert, and a sandstorm comes over him. And he just walks calmly into the storm. The storm passes over him, and he calmly walks out of it. And this is what I did with my emotions when my father died. It was very distressing, very painful. And I just let myself feel the emotions. I went to see a movie, I think The Devil's Backbone, in which lots of people were getting killed. Just because I was not there to see my father's dead body, so I wanted to see death to get a better sense of death at that time. And I just let the emotions pass over me like a storm, and it was bad for a while, but I got over it and moved on. And I think Buddha here is recommending something just like this as the middle way between denying our emotions and letting our emotions control us. We don't need to suppress our emotions. We don't need to spiral down in grief when something terrible happens either. We can recognize that this emotional response is normal and human, allow ourselves to have it, and recognize during the time that we're having it that it's transitory and it's going to pass, that no matter how grief-stricken we are in the present over what has happened, we can get through it, and things are going to change in a while, and after a while we'll be focusing on other things, and it's no longer going to be the forefront thing in our lives. So it may be terrible, but we can get through it. It's like a storm that comes in the night and then goes away. And I'll mention here that Buddha's middle way is similar to what Aristotle recommends in his Nicomachean Ethics. Aristotle says that a virtue is a mean between two extremes. And basically what Buddha is recommending here is a mean between two extremes. At one extreme here, denying your emotions. At the other extreme, just getting carried away with your emotions. Recommending here to just observe your emotions, experience them, but don't identify yourself with your emotions. And on the other hand, don't deny your emotions. Accept that they're part of being who you are. But they're not the entirety of who you are. I'll also mention here that I have another channel on YouTube dealing with philosophy. I'm going to put this video on my main channel because I've already put up a video about a Buddhist mandala, and so this video may be of interest to people who saw that video. But I do have another channel which mainly focuses on philosophical topics, and that channel is For the Love of Wisdom. That's all one word, and you can just type that in and go look it up. I haven't been putting lots of videos on that channel of late, but mainly because I'm very busy with work and with exercise. But I'm trying to make time to make videos, and I'll see what I can do.